Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very well. Chelsea have just beaten Heidenheim 2-0 in the Europa Conference League. First of all, I just want to say I'm absolutely gutted that I couldn't go. I was planning on going to Germany, and I had a problem with my passport. Not because there was any particular issues. When I came back from Panathinaikos, I ended up losing my passport in Gatwick Airport. So unfortunately I couldn't make this one. I am still planning on going to Astana, but I was lucky enough to watch it on the telly, and I was impressed, to be honest with you. I was impressed with what I saw from both sides. I thought Enzo Maresca set up well. We rotated, we made some changes. Mark Guiu had a chance in the starting 11. Cassidy as well in the midfield with Dewsbury Hall, the normal back line that we've seen in the Conference League. Jorgensen, Mudryk on the left, Sancho back, and then Nkunku, who I actually predicted he could have scored a hat-trick. And to be fair, he should have really scored at least 2 goals in this match. I heard the commentary saying throughout the match when he was still on the pitch, he was the best player. I disagree with that, although I do think he was still fantastic. For me, there's 2 players that we really need to highlight. 2 players. It might even be 3. These are my 3 favourite players from this match. And I'll start off with Renato Veiga, who I thought was fantastic. I don't like the idea of starting a player like Veiga, a bit like what we could do with Cucurella, right? I wouldn't agree with it if we did it with Cucurella either. A player who's great at inverting, starting him in midfield, which we've seen a couple of times with Veiga. Now, I would never want us to do that with a player like Cucurella, who inverts really well. And we see when Veiga plays as a left back and is given the license to invert and still go forward, but he is still a left back. Yeah, really comfortable on the ball, so relaxed, so composed. Just looked effortless, to be fair. It looked like what you want to see from a top player in a top team. He's got that confidence on the ball, and it doesn't look like he's ever going to lose it. And yeah, defensively, I thought we set up well with the back line. There was a couple of chances where Heidenheim got in behind. I was actually really surprised by the amount of chances they were able to create. I mean, for the first 30 minutes, I thought this is a great game. This is a really, if I was a neutral fan, not supporting either team, I'd really enjoy watching this. Their goalkeeper made many saves. Mark Guiu had a number of chances, and he'll come out of this game probably quite disappointed with himself, if I'm honest, because he should have at least scored 1 goal. But that's not to say he had a bad game. But if you're a striker and you're an Nkunku and you can't get into the team, how's Mark Guiu going to get in over anyone playing like that? So that's just the harsh reality at this level. You need to perform. So I'm not going to sit here and say Mark Guiu had a bad game. He didn't, but he would expect more from himself. And I certainly expected maybe even a goal, especially with the amount of chances we were able to create for him. If Nkunku was in those same positions, I don't think he misses as many of those chances, although I say that. He had a chip in the first half that he should have scored. Nice goal in the second half, assisted by Jadon Sancho. Got both assists today, if I'm not wrong. I think he got both assists. Yeah, he got the assist for the Nkunku goal and also Mudryk's goal as well. Jadon Sancho is the second player I want to speak about from my top 3. I thought Sancho was fantastic. I thought he was brilliant. And playing on that right-hand side, which is something that I've questioned, because I think, well, he's just suited to the left, and we've seen him play on the left so many times. A lot of fans are quick to forget what he did at Dortmund when he was on the right there. He was very good on that side. And the nice thing to have, and we don't just have this with Jadon Sancho, a player who can play on both sides. We've got this with Pedro Neto as well, another player who can play on either side. So that versatility is absolutely fantastic. And to be fair, they're probably our 2 best wingers anyway. So if I'm looking into the game on Sunday against Aston Villa, if Sancho is available and we can have him on the left or the right, I have him on one side and Neto on the other side. I don't think it will happen because he obviously played the majority of minutes. I think he played 94 minutes or something like that. Got substituted right at the end. But yeah, I want to see him back in a Chelsea shirt, and I'm glad that he's back and he's healthy. I don't really know what the issue was. I think he was ill instead of injured, but Good to see him back on a football pitch, playing like he never left in the first place. But for me, one of the key things to understand from this match, and fans need to, I don't even say wake up to it. We already woke up weeks ago, months ago. Jorgensen was so good. He was brilliant. He was fantastic. And this, if there was ever a game which proves what we've been saying about Jorgensen and about Sanchez, because they're both in the conversation, Robert Sanchez doesn't save those shots. Maybe he saves some of them. He doesn't save all of them. He does not make you feel as comfortable as I felt with Jorgensen today. Now, there was a moment where we had a little bit of a panic, but I actually blame Badiashile for that, because he released the ball. Basically, there was a goal kick and Badiashile took the goal kick when Jorgensen wasn't even ready. Talk about communication from your teammates. At least make sure that he's ready. You would argue that Jorgensen should have been ready as well, but I don't think that I look at Jorgensen and say, oh, you're a terrible keeper because of that. I do think there needs to be better communication at times. And Badiashile had a good game as well, actually, but sometimes I would like to see him be a little bit more vocal. Just because you defend well, what can't you try and lead the line? Let's see if you can lead it. We've got Tosin in those, certainly a leader. But I actually think on his day, Badiashile, probably a more talented player than Tosin. Just the way he passes the ball, it's crisp. It looks effortless when he's defending at times, and he can still be physical as well. But Jorgensen has all of those traits that we are looking for in a keeper. And the argument is, bring back Petrovic. That's what a lot of people are saying, and I'm not against that. But you've also got to be realistic here. You have a goalkeeper who was forced on loan to Strasbourg, probably didn't want to go, let's be honest. And then we promoted Sanchez and we brought in Jorgensen. We got Mike Penders on the way as well. I don't think Petrovic gets a chance. I don't see it happening. I don't think Maresca would favour Petrovic because of his ball-playing ability, which is not actually that bad, but it's not great. It's okay. It's pretty average. It's standard. But Jorgensen has good ball-playing ability. He can pass with his right foot. He can pass with his left foot. And he is able to keep the team in matches. And this is the closest thing I saw to Petrovic last season, what I saw from Jorgensen today. Without that keeper in goal, we do not win this game. Now, the fact that we got the 2-goal cushion as well might mislead a lot of people and say, well, hang on a sec, you scored 2 goals, even if you conceded 1. You would have still clawed it back. But the momentum at times was heavily, it was kind of back and forth, wasn't it? I mean, we broke through Heidenheim's press really well. I was happy with the defenders. I don't really have any complaints. Even Disasi, I thought, played well as on the right-hand side. I was happy with him. I thought Tosin was pretty good. Badiashile, very, very happy with Vega. And then we will work up to the midfield. Dewsbury Hall was in there alongside Cassidy. And I thought Cassidy on the ball, I would like to see a little bit more at times. I heard the commentary as well. I thought exactly the same thing. Just every now and again, look to pass forward a little bit more instead of going for that safe option. But look, he's a bit nervous, isn't he? He's quite a shy character, Cassidy. If you've ever seen his interviews, he's not really a talker. I remember when I met him at the training ground as well, he couldn't really get his words out. So maybe confidence is a bit of a stepping stone for him. But I think he held himself in good regard until right at the end, where he gets a silly red card. So we won't be seeing Cassidy in the Conference League over the next game or so. But what we can say is that I don't really look at any areas on the pitch and think, well, you were rubbish. Even Dewsbury Hall made a couple of mistakes, gave the ball away a few times, but you just reset and you go again. It's not a case of making a mistake and then having to reset everything and try something totally different. We know how we want to play. That's how we play. And if the players are capable of doing it, then that's it. And it's as simple as that. But not to say Maresca doesn't adapt, because he does, and we do. And we did again today. So I'm really, really happy with what I've seen. I thought Mudryk was good as well. Almost won us a penalty. That went down to VAR. Not as good as Sancho. But it's hard to live up to Sancho because he was arguably the man of the match. I would probably give man of the match personally. I think that Jorgensen. I give it to Jorgensen. It's a very close one between him and Sancho, sorry. But I do think Jorgensen was probably the player who kept us in this game. And yes, without Sanchez's assist, we wouldn't have scored the goals, but without the saves, we wouldn't have been in a position to actually go and get something from this game. So Jorgensen, for me, man of the match, and it's totally justified as well. I haven't even seen the stats, but we're going to have a look later on. Look at how many saves he made. Watch the highlight reel. Some of the one-on-one as well. Covering the near post is something that I wouldn't feel like I need to talk about, but after Arsenal with the goal we conceded, the Martinelli goal, I was, oh my God, we saved a near post shot. One-on-one. Absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, really happy with what I saw from the keeper. I thought up top we were good. I hope Nkunku is okay because he did come off injured. Yeah, that's not gonna help his case if he can't play in any of the games from now. But I do hope he's good. I think that he still won't start ahead of Jackson even after that performance. But he's making his case, and that's all you can do as a player. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. What did you think of the performance? Are you happy with it? Do you think that we played well? Do you think we could have done better? I personally thought that Heidenheim had a really good game as well, yeah? So I'm not going to sit here and say it was a bad result. I predicted 3 or 4-0. No, 4-1, sorry. Heidenheim could have definitely scored some goals as well. Our offside trap was brilliant today. And that's a testament to the coaching staff and the players on the pitch as well. So mostly very, very positive things. A bit annoyed with the red card at the end, but, you know, it is what it is. And obviously, I hope Nkunku's okay as well. But all the best, guys, and we will catch up very, very soon.